Alright guys, Skeensy Fresh here, bringing you guys another fresh episode from this not so fresh game, Batman Arkham Asylum. So like I said in my last video, starting, I said that I'm going to make these more like Skeensy Talks rather than Skeensy Plays, because since my computer's so slow, I'm not actually talking at the same time I'm playing, I'm doing my commentaries afterwards. So these are going to be more like commentaries and less like Let's Plays. So, I actually got that suggestion from one of my subscribers, Comment167, who's also a very good, close, real-life friend. So, for this episode's topic, I'm actually going to do the same kind of idea I did before, where I compared the top lines, we'll call it the All-Star line, the Select line, for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators, except this time I'm going to do it for the Stanley Cup Finals. So I have Los Angeles Kings and the New York Rangers. So got a little depth chart right in front of me here. So we're going to start with the Rangers, because you know, they're actually the team I'm cheering for. Mostly because the West always wins, and I don't really like watching the West wins, considering I'm from the East. So we're going to start at center position, go left wing, right wing, then two defensemen, then a goaltender. So, at the center position for the New York Rangers, I'm going to have to give this one to Derek Stepan. Derek Stepan, played all 82 games, got 57 points, so like not crazy amount of points, like not like league leading sort of thing, but still a very good contributor to the team. I like the way he plays, and even right now, he broke his jaw in the last series. He's still playing, even now. In this, he missed a little bit of one game, came back, and continued playing with this broken jaw. He's wearing a nice mask on him right now. So, thumbs up to him. For the, I believe it's left wing. Yeah, we're going to go left wing position. This is pretty hard, but I'm going to give this one to Matt Zuccarello, because again, he only played 77 games, and he got 59 points. And honestly, he's a pretty small guy, and yet I love the way he goes out there and plays his hardest. He may be a pest to some people, but he does get the job done with, like I said before, 77 games played and 59 points. That's a pretty good points per game average. Although his penalty minutes are up a bit in comparison to most of the other forwards. But like I said, he's a small guy, so I mean, he has to do his job and kind of irritate people, because he's not going to be someone who's making big hits or crazy, just like overpowering people, basically. So I'll give a thumbs up to Matt Zuccarello right there. At the right wing position, I got to give this to my buddy Martin St. Louis. He played 81 games this season and 69 points. He was traded from the Tampa Bay Lightning to the Rangers on the trade deadline, which was a very big trade, probably the biggest trade of that day. I forget who went the other way, actually. Someone could post in the comments about who went the other way. But the real thing I have to point out about Martin St. Louis, this guy, he went undrafted as well. So did Zuccarello. They both went undrafted, and yet they are both very good hockey players. Martin St. Louis' shot percentage is 14.71. It may not seem like much, but when you compare it to the rest of even his team, I'm pretty sure he's the best on the team. So I love the way that he contributes to the team, even though he's a small guy. I mean, his mom died earlier on in the playoffs. He's still playing. They're killing it right now, pushing through everyone. The guy's leading in points and goals on this team, so got to give it to him on that one. For our defense, I'm going to give this to Dan Girardi and Ryan McDonough, because the two of them, I believe they play together. I don't know. I don't watch the team enough to really tell you guys, but the two of them together playing really well. Last night, although Dan Girardi did tip a goal in, it's okay. But both guys they show leadership on the ice. I don't know really how you can define leadership. Connor knows what I'm talking about there. But yeah, so I'll give it to those two, because that's a really good pairing on the ice. And then, of course, for the goalie, I'm going to have to give this to the King Henrik. Lundqvist just kills it every game. Just love the guy. Probably the best looking dude in the league. Him and what's that guy? Patrick Sharp, best looking dudes. Although I am a guy, do like girls. I'm just saying you cannot deny the fact that Lundqvist is a good looking dude. All right, moving on to the Los Angeles Kings. Let's see what we can do here. So at the centerman position, I'm going to give this one to Anze Kopitar. I mean, the dude, he's leading the team in points, goals, assists. The guy is basically one of the best players in the league almost. I mean, not from a points standpoint, because obviously, I think Crosby got 104 or something. I forget. A lot of points. Someone can post that in the comments or whatever. But Anze Kopitar, he is a constant reminder. He constantly reminds us of his dominance over other players and with other people on this team. He really shows that this is a dominant team, and he likes to get out there and show them who's boss. Going down to the left wing position, I'm gonna give this one to I'm gonna give this to the captain, Dustin Brown. He again, I like his playing style. He has quite a few penalty minutes, but I mean the guy plays hard. He gets the job done when he needs to, and the guy really leads the team, not in points or anything, but see that's the thing about captains. They don't need to lead in points. They need to show leadership. Again, you can't really define it, but he shows what I would believe to be leadership on the ice, and he shows a lot of enthusiasm. And overall I love the way the guy plays. Going to the right wing position. Oh man, this is a pretty difficult one because we got Justin Williams, Jeff Carter, and Marian Gaborik. But I'm actually going to give this one to Marian Gaborik because the man comes in from a trade, I believe, this year. I forget. He came in on a trade some year, and the guy comes in, plays 41 games, gets 30 points, and these playoffs, he has been killing it, just destroying it this year. The man is I think he's leading it for goals. What else? Yeah, definitely Marian Gaborik on this one. The guy's leading the whole league in goals. He's way up there. Going back to actually Anze Kopitar, guy's leading the postseason in points, I believe. Again, post that in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is. And then we'll go down to our defense. I'm just gonna have to give this to the two who are matched up together. Drew Doughty, Jake Muzzin, both just love the way they play. I love the leadership from both those guys. Jake Muzzin, I mean, I don't even was he that good in the season? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch the West, so I don't know how good he actually was. But I know that Drew Doughty is just awesome. Makes big hits when he needs to. Again, a lot of leadership on his point. And then obviously for the goalie, we're just gonna have to give this one to Johnny Quick. Again, the guy is just a stellar goalie. It's gonna be that's a big goalie battle we got here in the Stanley Cup Finals. Johnny Quick and King Henrik. Honestly, it's probably one of the best setups we could have had out of the possible Final Four that we had. So, I mean, Carey Price, again, out of the East, you could have had Lundqvist or Carey Price. Either one of those guys would have come in and it would have been awesome. See either of them in the final. Although I'm not a big fan of the Canadiens since I'm a Leaf fan. Hold your booze, it's okay. And then in the West, Johnny Quick, Corey Crawford. Corey Crawford is pretty underrated, honestly. You don't hear too much. Well, I mean, we don't hear too much about him here in the East. But, so either one of those goalies would have been awesome. So, bringing this down to the head-to-head. Yeah. All right, so head-to-head, we have Derek Stepan versus Anze Kopitar. Derek Stepan's been killing it, but I have to give this to Kopitar. Man, the guy leads the team in points. He's leading the postseason in points. The guy is just a scoring machine. He just produces. The man produces every game. shows that he deserves to be there. I'm giving this one to Anze Kopitar. Going to the left wing position, we got Dustin Brown versus Matt Zuccarello. Now this is a pretty tough battle because they both produce, but I am gonna have to give this slight edge to Matt Zuccarello because the man's tiny. He led the Rangers in assists this year, and he's a really small, like I said, he's a small guy. He's still producing. He's showing the league that he does not. You don't have to be a big dude to get the job done, and I like that. And that actually segues into my next point, that the right wing position, I am still gonna have to give this to the Rangers because Martin St. Louis is awesome. Actually, no. Let's think about this for a bit. Martin St. Louis versus Gabrick. Gabrick has been killing. I don't know. Ooh, that's difficult. That is a difficult call. I think I'm going to change up what I said there, actually. Although Martin St. Louis is small and he's probably my favorite player in the NHL right now, I'm going to have to give this one to Gabrick because, I mean, the guy has produced and he has won series for the LA Kings. He's gotten them here. He has gotten them to the finals. Without Marian Gaborik, there would have been quite a few games where the Kings would not have been able to handle the pressure. So I'm going to have to give that one to the Kings. So we're at 2-1 for the Kings here. How much time we got left here? Oh, we got tons. We still got like 8 minutes to talk about this. So, going to the defense, we will go Dan Girardi versus Jake Muzzin. Automatically, I'm just going to have to give this one. Actually, no, we'll do it yeah, so we can make the score. So the score can't be a tie. We're going to give this. It's going to be defense versus defense, not like defense, like a one defense against another defense and then another defense against another defense. We're just going to go defense against defense. So Jake Muzzin, Drew Doughty versus Ryan McDonough and Dan Girardi. Now, I'll give quite a bit. So let's do a little points thing here. Since there's two guys, it's gonna be able to get a little confusing. Out of 5 points, I give them 5 points for Drew Doughty, and I give them. Ooh, that's pretty hard. 5 points for Drew Doughty, and because the guy he produces. He's always been there. He's never had a slump. I mean, he probably has had a slump, but he's not that bad of a player. He plays really well. I love the way the guy plays. I'm giving him 5 out of 5 on him. Jake Muzzin, I'm going to have to give him a 3. 3 out of 5 because, I mean, I hadn't even heard of this guy until the playoffs. And, I mean, I watch SportsCenter every morning. I mean, if the guy's not... I hear about Drew Doughty all the time. I hear about Jan Girardi, Ryan McDonough. I hear about both of them all the time. So, I'm going to have to give... let's see. Yeah, so the Kings get 8. The Kings get 8 points for that. And yeah, 8 out of 10. They get 8 out of 10. I'm gonna have to give Ryan McDonough a solid 5 out of 5 because the man's been killing it. And Dan Girardi, I'm only gonna give him 4, but this is only because of last night. He did whatever he could to try and stop that goal, but I mean, people gotta, I don't know, I don't really like the whole when it's a 2-on-1, let's slide and try to stop the pass. I mean, we're in the NHL right now. People can flip the puck over you. Like, don't slide, okay? Take the pass and let your goalie take a straight shot, because 9 times out of 10, the goalie is going to be able to save something that does not get deflected. And if you watched that game last night, 2 or maybe 3, I can't remember, but the first 2 goals were both deflections, both not Henrik Lundqvist's fault. So I'm only giving them a 4 for Dan Girardi. So overall, Rangers are going to get 9 out of 10 for their defensemen, so that gives them the slight edge going into the goalie race here, folks. So it's 2-2 for each team. The Kings won the centerman position, and they won the right wing position, and the Rangers won the defense and the left wing position. So we're going to the goaltenders. We got probably the best goalie battle we could have had in the Stanley Cup Finals. We got King Henrik and we got Johnny Quick. Now Johnny Quick, I honestly only heard about him about 3 or 4 years ago back when the Kings made their first Stanley Cup run and they ended up winning. That's actually when I first heard of Jonathan Quick. So the man, he probably has been around for longer, but for me, this is my opinion. This is not like God or anything saying who's better. I am just putting my opinion out there that he's only been good for 3 or 4 years because that's only how I've heard of him. Actually, I'm going to look up when he got drafted. So, but then, going on to Henrik Lundqvist. I've heard about this guy forever. And this guy has been killing it for years. Johnny Quick got drafted, I believe, in the lockout year, maybe the year after. So, his career to date. He's doing pretty good. He's got some pretty good. Okay, so if you look, Henrik Lundqvist has played 5 or so more years, I think. If I look at this, yeah, he got drafted. Oh man. Okay, so let's look at this. Johnny Quick gets drafted third round, 72nd overall by the LA Kings, and Lundqvist gets, which is very surprising, gets drafted in the 7th round, the 205th overall. So come on. If that does not give you hope for all those players who get drafted in last in the entire draft, if that doesn't give you hope, I don't know what does. But going back to the stats, I just thought that was a little tidbit. Johnny Quick, he so far in the career playoffs, he has won 44 out of 74 games. So that's pretty good. That's a decent number of wins. That's roughly 60% win, so that's pretty decent. Whereas Lundqvist has a little bit worse off in the playoffs. He's only 42 out of 90, so that's worse than 500. He has more losses than he does wins. So that says something, right? But if you go and look at the regular season, and we look at their careers, do a quick little math here. Oh god. So Lundqvist has roughly a 5.38 win percentage in his career, and Johnny Quick. Now, again, granted, both these goalies have had different teams to play with, so it may not be their fault about the whole win thing, but it can be said that goalies have saved games for teams, so I'm going to have to say that I'm just going to have to take these stats as they are. So we said 0.5, so 53.8% for Lundqvist, and for Quick, a 52.5. So roughly, these goalies are basically even, okay? Because although the Rangers do better, Lundqvist does better in the regular season, when it comes down to it, Johnny Quick kills it when he needs to. Kills it in the playoffs. The guy's only played 16 less games in the playoffs, and he's only had, how many? 4 less seasons, 5 less seasons, let's say, than Lundqvist. So when he makes it to the playoffs, he makes it count. And I'm gonna have to give this one to Johnny Quick because he has the Stanley Cup. Lundqvist doesn't. That's the one thing that has eluded him the entire time he has been in this league. And although he's one of the most good-looking dudes, him and Patrick Sharp, again, I like girls, but you cannot deny the fact that is a good-looking dude. So, I'm going to have to give this one to Johnny Quick. So overall, this one goes to the LA Kings. Right now they're up 3-0 in the series. I believe they are going to be up much more. I'm pretty sure they're going to win the cup. I hope the Rangers can win at least one game to make a bit of a series out of it. But I'm going to end my episode now. Hopefully you guys like my analysis of both teams. Like I always say, do whatever YouTube does these days. I'm Skeensy Fresh, and I am out.